Hello. It seems like ages since I posted a video, so I thought I'd check in. Currently in Oxford at the moment. If you don't recognise the room, I'd never own a fish tank that big or a fireplace that looks like a television. Um, yeah, it's not my room at all. I'm currently staying with Ian, who is a presenter on the radio station I'm currently on, Off the Chart Radio. So I'm in Oxford doing work experience at a radio station called Jack FM and also Glide FM as well, which are two commercial radio stations owned by the same company in Oxford. Mostly sort of doing news bits and journalism bits, which is amazing. Just like the fact that I am a real journalist for 2 weeks anyway. It's pretty damn cool. Like today, I did an interview with a guy from Oxford University about him transcribing some 1,000-year-old letters. It was pretty cool, even though it doesn't sound that cool. The fact that I sort of I got to ring him and say, yeah, hi, I'm calling from Jack FM News, just wondering if I could get an interview. And he was sort of like, oh yeah, Jack FM, I recognise that, I know where your building is. I mean, for me, that was pretty damn cool. And sort of making something out of nothing, managing to get like a little news clip out of what is just a phone call, which is essentially nothing, is quite amazing for me, which is sort of the whole concept of radio, which is why I'm in the business, because that just that never ceases to amaze me. The fact that you can just sort of make a radio show out of what is essentially nothing, and people will sit there and listen to you is what attracts me so much into radio. And I think no matter how big an audience I get or how long I'm doing radio for, hopefully that'll be the one thing that never changes. So Oxford is amazing, really posh as I thought it would be, immensely clean for some reason. Just so many tourists, immense amount of tourists, and yet it's really, really clean. So the last video I made was, I think it was the one when I was moving out of my university flat, which was only a month ago. It was, I think it was about a month ago, and it just seems like forever to me. It's sort of like I can remember it, but it doesn't quite seem real. It's a bit like when you wake up from a dream. You can remember it, but there's just some element about it which doesn't make it quite realistic. But it's just crazy. And then I'm going back to Derby for a bit, and then I'm going back to Bournemouth again, and then who knows beyond that? Who knows where I'll end up? It's quite exciting, isn't it? So I think that's all for now. I'm up fairly early tomorrow to bring Oxford its radio news. I'm a real journalist for 2 more days. It's going to be quite sad leaving, even though I've only worked there for 2 weeks. I don't know, I've become quite attached to it, which is what I've become to most things. But it's nice to be around a team and to sort of meet people that are similar to me. Being a radio presenter is not something that you can really talk to many people about and relate to, but being in a radio station and meeting actual radio presenters that work on actual radio, it's quite interesting to talk to them, for me, because they can sort of relate to me in terms of radio, which not many people can, which I find brilliant. I need to spend more time in a radio station. I might try it more often. So that's all for now. See you in a bit.